We need a super elite team of ambiguously evil, but most likely just misunderstood soldiers for a job in Alaska.
What's the mission?
It's top secret. Super top secret.
I think I know just the super dangerous elite soldiers you need, sir.
I can work with that. Who are they?
Vulcan Raven. He's a giant man who's obsessed with birds, and he's also a shaman. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise, and honestly, no one has ever actually seen his real face. Revolver Ocelot, a Russian cowboy who specializes in gunfighting and is a little too into torture. Psycho Mantis. He's an emaciated bald man who wears a gas mask and has mind powers. Liquid Snake, a brooding emo clone man with daddy issues who owns a super sweet trench coat. Sniper Wolf, a super sniper that often falls in love with the men she kills, but like before she kills them. No dead person weird stuff. And Bazooka Joe, a pack of gum with a badass name. You can chew him up, but you can't spit him out.
I'll bring them all, except for the gum, because that's not a soldier, it's just gum.
Welcome back to Boss Battle. I'm Josh, and first off, I want to thank everyone who has been watching the channel since we started. Now, with the recent release of The Phantom Pain, I thought it would be fun to take a look back at the beginning of the Metal Gear Solid series and go way back to 1998 and the release of Metal Gear Solid 1 and take a look at our boss battle for today, Sniper Wolf. Metal Gear Solid has a long history of memorable snipers including The End, Quiet, and Jude Law, but none in my opinion were as beloved as Sniper Wolf. Sniper Wolf is a Kurdish sharpshooter who grew up in the midst of a war and is constantly in harm's way, having to always be fearful of imminent death. She was later rescued by Big Boss and raised as a soldier. She specialized as, you guessed it, a sniper, and is as deadly as it comes when equipped with her PSG-1 sniper rifle. She was originally depicted as basically nude, only wearing her coat, gloves, and boots. Don't Google that. I do believe, however, it was a better choice to have her clothed, even though that does seem to be a Kojima staple based on some of the other snipers he's introduced to us. She's working a job in Alaska. Cold, frigid clothing, not optional Alaska. Wolf is also a dog lover, which is evident when you have to traverse through the canine hell tunnel before you first encounter her with her. Oh, and did I mention she's addicted to drugs? Yeah. She's basically Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow with a sniper rifle, addicted to pain meds. I'm not into that. After the presumed death of Big Boss, Sniper Wolf joined Foxhound, which is led by Liquid Snake, the aforementioned brother of Solid Snake. And that brings us to the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 1. Alright, so the Metal Gear storyline is a bit convoluted to say the least, and getting to Sniper Wolf pulls no punches in being a pure Kojima ball of crazy storytelling. So instead of spending the next 45 minutes poorly explaining the intricacies, let's just see how fast I can get us up to speed. Called out of retirement, Solid Snake is tasked with infiltrating a military base on Shadow Moses Island. The island has been taken over by Liquid Snake, who is in control of Foxhound, and has threatened to shoot nukes at the United States unless they release the dead body of Big Boss. Snake first finds a DARPA chief in his cell, but it turns out he's an octopus, and he dies. He then meets a lady named Meryl, who's got a little bit of a swagger to her step. Snake then searches for the president of Arms Tech, Kenneth Baker, and he finds out he's into some pretty kinky stuff, including but probably not restricted to being tied up, cowboys, and ninjas. He's not an octopus, but he also dies. But not before he tells you about the terrorist nuclear capabilities and explains the whole history of nuclear weapons and war. Once Snake wakes up from the old man's lecture, he heads across a snowfield full of mines. A snowfield that's full of mines, which I would think the soldiers of this base used to get around. Did everyone get a map? Did everyone get a tiny little mini-map? A mini-map for every little soldier so they know where all the mines are, so they can not blow up during shift changes and bathroom breaks? Poor foresight by the terrorist management, in my opinion. Snake quickly destroys a tank driven by a bird and heads into the next building where they house the nuclear warheads. Snake gets through this ridiculously put together room that only a mad scientist could have put together and is a reward of the party. It's a costume party. He's a scientist, and he's a genetically engineered robot ninja man. Cool. After the ninja leaves the party and the scientist gets done chatting about Gundams, Snake decides to meet up with his new GF, Meryl, in the bathroom. After the talk, they decide to get over to the communications tower. Meryl and Snake attempt to sneak through the commander's room to take the secret back exit behind the bookshelf they don't know about yet. Pre-bookshelf exit, they encounter Psycho Mantis. And then they exit through the bookshelf door. Equip your night vision goggles, because this next part is really a bitch. And finally, Snake and Meryl are out of the hellish dog pound and off to the communications tower. Wolf 1, Meryl 0. This battle starts with Meryl lying bloody on the ground and Sniper Wolf taking shots at her like she's an aluminum can on top of a fence in the middle of the field. You probably don't have the sniper rifle yet, because why would you? And if you try and take out Wolf by any other means, she's going to kill Meryl before you can kill her. So like any other courageous super soldier, you need to leave the girl behind to retrace your steps all the way back to floor B2 in the tanker hangar to retrieve the sniper rifle. Now that you have a sniper rifle, you can actually fight the boss. And look, Meryl has evaporated in your absence, leaving behind only a pool of blood where her physical body once lay. With Meryl's disappearance, you can focus fully on Sniper Wolf and not have to worry about her health. So in this instance, a vanishing love interest is a good thing. So alone. This fight is pretty easy with or without the bandana. The banana bandana. There's always money in the bandana stand. Once you equip the sniper rifle, Snake will automatically go into a prone position, so make sure that you're standing in the spot you want before you go looking through the sights. The position you pick doesn't make a whole lot of difference, since this is really just going to be a game of speed. If Wolf shoots you first, then you lose sight of her as she sends your view into a spiral. But if you get her first, she won't get her shot off, and she'll just change positions or hide. The key to winning this fight is diazepam. Yep, drugs lead to victory, kids. This will stop you from shaking like a shake weight when aiming down your sights though, so use it. Wolf will not leave the platform she's on during the fight, so you don't have to worry about her running at you or even moving down to the ground floor. I would just start your scope from one side and move along to the other until you see her. If you don't spot Wolf, take a closer look, and you'll be able to spot her breath from behind a pillar. She'll eventually pop out of hiding, and that's when you gotta shoot her. Wolf also suffers from Michael Bay syndrome, and she loves those lens flares, but just aim right into the center of the sun and take your shot. Drugs, aim, shoot, repeat. That's all you need to know to take old Wolfie down in no time. After the fight, you run up to find that Sniper Wolf is also apparently an apprentice of David Copperfield, and she's gone and disappeared.
Don't move!
Oh wait, she's right behind you. Yeah, apparently it's super easy to sneak up on the legendary Solid Snake. Well, you get captured, you have a nice conversation with Ocelot, and then you blow up a helicopter piloted by your brother, and then you head up in a snowy field on your way to stop Metal Gear. But your old pal Wolfie is back for round number 2. This battle is very similar to the first fight. Wolf is also going to stay back like she did in the first fight, so you're in for another long-range battle. But this time you get the option of fighting her one of two ways. The first way is a traditional sniper battle, similar to the first fight, but I add one extra step. Drugs, add thermal goggles, aim, shoot, repeat. Use the same tactics from before by scouring the horizon from one side to another, looking for Wolf or her breath. When you're using the thermal goggles in this fight, she's basically impossible to miss. Shoot her before she shoots you, and eventually you have this fight in the bag. Or you can try the other method. You can see how many missiles to the face she can take. After you've taken her out, you get rewarded with another giant Metal Gear movie cutscene and the knowledge that you're a homewrecker. Sorry, Otacon, but she had to go. Hey guys, congrats on beating Sniper Wolf. This is actually probably the first time you see me on camera, so this is what I look like. But anyway, congrats on beating the boss. Sniper Wolf, that battle ended in a pretty emotional way, with her death and Otacon being really sad. And that's actually one of the things I really like about this whole boss, is that she isn't kind of there the whole time. She's a little bit more fleshed out than say like Vulcan Raven or Psycho Mantis. You hear about the dogs that she likes and how Otacon is into her, even though I think that's kind of more like a Stockholm-y syndrome type scenario, but you know, whatever. And you get to fight her twice, and she's involved in that whole story in between. So she's a big part of the bosses in this game, and I really like that about her. One thing that I would say about this boss is that it's not really challenging. It's mostly the story of Sniper Wolf that is the most interesting part about it. So if you're looking for a challenge, this really isn't going to be the fight you're looking for. Unless there's some like really interesting way of fighting her that I don't know about, but you know, that's possible. And so with that being said, I'm going to give her 3.5 crying Otacons out of 5. And that's actually going to do it for today, guys. So please like, share, and subscribe. You know, throw it out there, give it to some of your friends, let them chew on it, send it back, and then have them do the same thing. And soon enough, Tiger Castle is a full-fledged pyramid scheme. With that being said, keep your sword sharp, and we'll see you on the next boss battle.
The banana bandana. There's always money in the bandana. It's so hard.